The human brain is the most complex machine that ever existed, and with over 7 billion models, it is also the most ubiquitous. Despite this, we are unsure of its complexity. We still don't understand how it works. But then your brain does have about 100 billion neurons passing signals back and forth via as many as 1,000 trillion synaptic connections, which is at least 1,000 times the number of stars in our galaxy. Now that's food for thought. Dr. Asaf Tal, a new recruit to the Weizmann Institute, leads a team that's pushing the envelope of magnetic resonance research. Their goal? To try to find out what's really going on upstairs.
The marvel of the human brain is that it's the least understood organ in the human body. We've barely scratched the surface of how the brain works.
Probably the most complex machine, the most complex challenge that science have ever encountered.
100 billion nerve cells connected to each other through electrical fibers. The length of these fibers in each individual brain will be 150,000 kilometers. That's half the distance from the Earth to the Moon.
You could liken our current state of understanding of the brain to perhaps the state that Columbus was at when he set sail.
And that's what makes brain research so exciting, and the future is incomprehensible.
The future of understanding how the brain works is in understanding how healthy human brain works.
The problem that is, of course, we need to find methods that will allow us to study the human brain without causing any damage to this human brain.
One of the uniquenesses of magnetic resonance is that it's a completely non-invasive technique. The amounts of energies that are involved are such that you can expose yourself to hundreds of MR scans and still receive less radiation than by taking a single X-ray plate.
The jump that is now going to be introduced with the Azrieli Center in the 7 Tesla machine is a major step to increasing our ability to see at high resolution, a better clarity, the patterns of brain activity.
To see beyond the visible, to see the invisible that is also part of the human brain, to see the changes that go when feelings or thoughts go by.
In this way, we're trying to really understand the essence of existence. It boils down to that.
Beyond that, of course, we will be able to directly probe human disease.
Get new ways of diagnosing cancer.
Neurodevelopmental diseases such as autism spectrum disorder, get neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. And we'll also be looking at psychiatric conditions. And all this we'll be doing not in models, but directly in human participants.
And at the center of all these activities sits this unique machine, the 7 Tesla MRI, the new eyes for the brain researchers, and the new tool for the magnetic resonance spectroscopists.
The Azrieli National Institute for Human Brain Imaging and Research is expected to have major impact on Israeli brain research, ranging from basic studies to clinical applications.
Other places in the world, they try to establish brain research centers, have the same idea. The difference is that we already have the infrastructure to allow us to do it efficiently.
So what excites me about the Azrieli Brain Center is that it's a community of scientists, each working on a different aspect of understanding the brain. You have the neurochemists, the electrophysiologists, the cognitive scientists.
Scientists from all over Israel will have access to it and be able to use the functional MRI to make their own science.
We have great scientists around the nation in other universities.
So people come here and do their studies, and then it gives them data to analyze and to learn and explore the brain for years to come.
Clearly, it'll also be a hub for international collaboration.
When you think of all of these different scientists reaching out on a global scale to each other, they kind of act like a giant neural network trying to understand the brain.
This is definitely a very exciting time for magnetic resonance and human brain research at the Weizmann.
Well, I know that brain research has been very important to the Azrieli family for decades. And so when we came up with that idea of establishing her national center, and at the same time the government also was proposing something related to that, you could really get a feeling that everyone was speaking the same language.
We have a son who is affected by a neurogenetic disease and could benefit very greatly from this research.
One of the key commonalities in everything that we do is that we empower people to do their best. We empower scientists to do their best, and a lot of the funding that we do actually goes to research.
Because in every small success, we're leading to greater and greater technological advances, and that is Israel's greatest resource. We're giving today, but our commitment is for the long term, to Weizmann and to Israel.
What excites me about the Weizmann Institute is that it's full of young people exploring, hands-on, and open-ended creativity.
My father cherished his relationship with the Weizmann Institute. It was a relationship he was immensely proud of.
If you think about it, he was a true pioneer.
He had vision, far-reaching vision.
This project is something he actually knew about and something that he very much wanted to do.
Every single research advancement that the Azrieli Brain Institute will create, I'm sure will lead to greater advancements over time.
Since he loved binding architecture and everything, with the use of this technology, he would be thrilled to know that we will be able to map the architecture of the human brain.
Well, we start here at the Weizmann Institute, but we build a national facility that influences not only the scientists and the brain scientists here at the Weizmann Institute, but also the whole country. And ultimately, when we have all these people coming, the whole world. I think David would have been very happy to see that we work along his line of thought, that don't think small, actually think big.